Parafencing or wheelchair fencing is pretty much just like able-bodied, except for we are in a wheelchair that is stationary. Our distance doesn't change unless we lean, and we basically go out stabbing each other. Hi, I'm Jatea Taylor, but everyone calls me Jay, and I represented the U.S. at the 2024 Paralympics in wheelchair fencing. Welcome to the Paralympic Athlete Village. Finding my passion in adaptive sports, I will say, saved my life due to my mental health. My parents always had me involved in sports, whether it was track and field, basketball, gymnastics, ballet, which led me to JROTC in high school. The military was supposed to be my career, my life, and I was injured during a training accident to the point that I was medically retired. When you have something that changes your life, it can really affect your mental health. And mine was, I'll never be who I was again. How can I go on knowing that I'll never be who I was again? You don't realize how much of your life is planned out, and when that goes to shambles, how lost you feel. When I lost who I was being active, I literally lost myself. I did not recognize myself, and I couldn't understand why I was not myself. 5 more minutes in bed, 10 more minutes in bed turns into another 4 hours in bed. And then I don't want to get up and eat. You know what, I probably should brush my teeth, but I really don't want to. Everything just becomes this sandbag. If you don't watch out, you can end up going down a rabbit hole that takes your mental health somewhere you don't want to be, and that's the route I started to go on. With depression, the biggest thing is kind of figuring out what has put you there. Mine was losing my ability to be as active as I was. And when that was pointed out to me, my first goal was to find activities that I could do. And that would get me some sense of a new norm, a part of me that I thought I had lost.
When you're working with a veteran population, you always wonder how you can help and what may be going on underneath.
I like to say fencing is my last new sport I'll ever try. The Denver VA has done a great job in developing their recreational therapy program. And one of the providers called and was like, "We got a fencing program." I'm like, "Do you want me to what?" "Sure, I'll try it." And oh my gosh, getting handed a sword and say, "Stab someone, have fun." That was the best thing in the world. And it's amazing how finding that sport that fits, even on your depression days, because you just can't help it. You still want to get out of bed. That sandbag is that much less when you find that thing you love.
You come to a gym for self-improvement. Everybody wants to be fitter, faster, better. And for me, for the actual clientele to see that improvement is the world. You really want them to actually see and feel that improvement.
My first visit to the Denver Fencing Center, I felt welcomed. The people who met us, the coach, the employees were really nice and open, not looking at us like, "What is your problem and why are you invading our space?" And so you're putting your whites on, so you feel real special, you feel official. Then they hand you this blade, and for us, they put us in these specialized wheelchairs, and they're like, "Here's a couple instructions, have fun." And then it kind of clicks at some point. It's like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna win unless I try to stab them. Oh, let's go for it." And it's hard to explain how much joy that fencing can bring to you, or any sport when you find the right sport.
She started really fencing with us, and then 6 months later, she's at a World Cup making top 16 in the world. So it was her ability to ask the right questions and learn the right things at the right time kind of led to this meteoric rise.
I'd like to say my coach lied to me. They said I was going to go for LA 2028. So I started August 2022. I went to my first international competition, January 2023. And that's all she wrote, competition after competition. By the way, taking a break to hand cycle across Africa. And then bam, August 2024, leaving for Paris, just 2 years after I started. Who would have thought? So the traveling begins, getting all my gear. Thanks, Dave, for helping me out. Our sport of wheelchair fencing is kind of small, and it's usually hidden. We usually don't have crowds. Paris welcomed us with open arms. As Paralympians in general, everyone was awesome. The village was awesome, fully accessible. And then the venue, the Grand Palais, with the stadium seating, and you're thinking, oh, we're not gonna have that many people going in for your first competition. And it's filled, and it's so loud you're actually agitated because you can't hear your coach. It is an amazing experience, especially one that I got to share with my teammates and the friends I have made internationally. Paris was a great stepping stone for me to get the experience I needed and to see what I need to do going forward to LA 2028, which was my original goal.
This experience was so special. As soon as we got done with Paris, we were already planning out how we were going to train, how we were going to start figuring out how you're going to do that in the next 4 years. There's certain titles that you get that people call you for the rest of your life. To win a Paralympic gold medal would be one of those titles that nobody could take away from you.
Sights known, destination known, just figure out which way the road curves.
Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page for these stories and more. And stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.